I told Lucy and Charlotte, and I told you, Stugotz, that last week, obviously the worst week of my life, and the delight that I got, the highlight of my entire week around here and what we were doing, was playing for Charlotte and Lucy Sound from You on WFAN. And unfortunately, I came in here this morning and I asked Video, please tell me you got these reaction shots, because I've had frozen in my head their open-mouthed awe at realizing both of them at the same time. Oh my God, this Stugotz thing is real.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. It's not he's playing this person. No, he's this person. And I saw it spread over the faces of Lucy and Charlotte, and they were both appalled and delighted because of how funny it is.
Thank you.
Because of how funny it is.
It's the secret sauce, man. It's gross and great all at the same time.
I appreciate it.
It made me respect you more and less.
Oh, thank you. That's what I'm going for.
So, Dominique, do you know anything about this? Because I came in today and I said to everybody, can you guys please surprise me with whatever the sound is today from WFAN? Because listening in last time created a popcorn machine here of, again, total disgust and uproarious laughter, because none of us could believe how you didn't even go to flirting with FAN. You went straight to the
Yeah, I did.
Like you just got
It
on.
was going well, Dan. I mean, in the moment, I felt it, and I just unleashed, you know?
I mean, right in front of us, we were
What?
all...
What'd you unleash?
We
I don't
were
know.
all watching you unleash. We were all listening.
Crazy.
It was wonderful. It's on a crackly AM radio
I
dial.
loved it. Oh, did I miss live radio?
I love that Stu's opening move is not subtle at all. He just walks in, he gets one good sign, butt naked.
Well, it's not just that. His first sentence on FAN was the F word.
Yep.
They're not allowed. Like it was
my seventh word on a show that I was not filling in on. I mean,
the F word. Let's just play that sound from WFAN.
Stugotz is here.
Great. Maybe he can
hold
come
on.
in and agree
Hello?
with all of your points.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Are you here in the building?
345 Hudson.
Yes, sir.
Is it like a Chase bank?
There it is. I knew that was
You didn't know you were on? Is that what? Did you think you were
No,
talking?
I
to
had
them?
no idea I was on. That was the number I was given to call when I got to the building. And who answers their phone when they're on the air? I mean, in my defense, what is Hal Dukes doing?
I like to think of John Wiener as just a normal person who's really into sports and has great sports opinions and information and stays on top of things. But then sometime 20 years or so, like organism, like a symbiote of some kind, like got into his bloodstream and then started to take over. And I think there's no John left. It's all Stugotz.
Well, this happens. Dominique,
I miss John.
You've seen it in the industry, Dominique. I've seen what Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith and those guys become when their identity becomes that. When they become the person who's on television. That's how everyone knows them. Stugotz is maximum that. He's that with the throttle like revving. He's a cigarette boat, a fraud. Like when he says, I am these guys, he is just in a better and a worse disguise.
No, but he's different though, because it's like it takes over their life in becoming a great like sports information person, opinionist, performer. It takes over their life. Stu, what's taken over his life is like this lazy organism that has crawled in and made his whole body just like, bah.
He didn't
Way
know.
too kind,
He didn't
Dominique.
know anything about anything. He did no prep. I didn't. Well, maybe in the sound that I heard, there didn't. When you said I haven't watched a Yankee game since opening day.
That's why he's doing better than they are.
Which
Like,
also isn't true. You did not watch opening day.
You're right.
those guys go home and actually watch sports. Stugotz has got it figured out. I can be them at work, and then I go home.
And
I
then
just
why
turn
he
it
get
up.
like it's just masterful what he's doing right now too. Like we're going through this, and then he just punctuates it every now and then with huh. What? Yeah. What? The man's perfected it.
What
It's
happened?
perfected it. It's
is
so
beautiful.
well.
No, it is beautiful. I told somebody, somebody texted me from Tahoe where he got a hero's welcome and said, yes, he confused Aaron Rodgers. He didn't know who he was. And I'm just like, he's a first ballot upper room fool Hall of Famer. Like we once upon
I'm a bit embarrassed. I'm blushing.
Is that your crowning achievement?
All this
Mistaking
praise.
Aaron Rodgers for a country music singer. Is that the crowning Stugotz moment? Is that when
I think
Stugotz?
so.
Yeah, I like that.
But you had a whole bunch of people trying to get memorable content in Tahoe. Only one outfit did. Only one outfit could. The news that broke from Tahoe where Steph Curry cheated to beat Marty Fish was Stugotz doesn't know what the Jets quarterback looks like. He has failed his way up to WFAN. The court jester, a legend at the bank, a legend at the Radio Hall of Fame.
Not worthy.
Billy, why? What's the matter?
Because you're setting look, as a responsible adult now, father of two, you're setting a very poor example for the youths in the industry out there who think that they can do what you do. Only you can get away with this stuff. You know what I mean?
I've never suggested to anyone they could do what I do.
I know, but people are going to start copying you, thinking this is a path to success, and it's not. This is a path to unemployment. It's a miracle that you're still where you are today.
Thank you, Billy.
But to your credit, you're still there. So
Yeah.
I have said this, what has happened over the last few years of us flailing around trying to figure out how to do this on our own. One of the things that has happened is I lost sight of, I thought at one point we had it all mapped out. Stugotz was going to climb to the top of ESPN with his flag of ignorance. It wasn't an actual flag. It was just the pole. And he was going to embed it in the journalistic head of Mike Wilbon. After doing quarterback rankings in Michelle Beadle's chest, he was going to plant it at the top of the network. Here it is, Stugotz, I'm over you all. But then we left ESPN, and what I realized is that this thing that is now flailing in the wind with a sphere is coming from my head. It's going to embed it in my head, and it's either going to puncture the company or he's going to soar to great riches as the court jester in his 50s who gets to reinvent the way Mad Dog Russo did.
Well, the NBA wanted to go to China, and so I had to adjust my game, and that's what I've done.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is why he'd be perfect at WFAN. Our listeners have to start a campaign to rally around how good Stugotz's appearance was, going in there lazy and flatulent and dominating the New York airwaves.
this seems like you're trying to foist him. Like you figured out this is your way to rid yourself of Stugotz, is get him employed
his
by
dream
WFAN.
job.
listen, if he lands me there, I'm good. I mean, foist me all you want, Dano.
It's his dream job. He left Boomer a love note.
I did.
There is some new sound, I am told, from Chris Cody. Is this from Friday, Chris, on WFAN?
Yes, sir.
Stugotz was Maximum himself, correct, Stugotz? This was the authentically phony version of you.
Yes.
Okay.
Your most famous number?
Aaron Rodgers.
All right. Yeah. I can't touch that.
There's probably a few others. I mean,
I cannot touch that.
and he hasn't told me to lose his number.
Al might have you beat.
Really?
It's got Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Really?
No, you can't have it. Yeah, right.
I'll trade you an Aaron Rodgers for a Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, that is tempting.
Right? Because
It's a fair
Aaron
trade.
Rodgers is
Yeah.
local.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm in Montclair. May I stop by?
Yeah. That's what you would use it for, huh? Not to get him on the show with Gio.
Stugotz, I don't know if the audience heard this the way that I did, but let's be honest, all right? In creating the mighty Stugotz character, legend at the bank, there is some laziness that soaks into the doing of this because he's been doing it a long time. And as he reminded everybody at FAN, I've done all your jobs.
Yeah.
All of you, I've done all your jobs.
Mm-hmm.
But there are times that you can still spark the young Stugotz who was slinging munis to Murray. You can spot him, and a hunger comes forth. So when Jerry Seinfeld's number makes an appearance in front of Stugotz's groggy, intoxicated eyes,
I was like 25 again.
listen to the lust in his voice.
Really?
That from under the voice that he soaks in cigarettes.
Really?
Yes, look at that. That is desire.
I can hear the blood rushing out of his brain and down to his nether regions.
Really?
Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Really?
It's the old predator, the hunter in him.
Really?
The old guest booker in his
Really?
20s wants to get into the business.
Really?
Because we've had Aaron on so many times. I know how badly you wanted Jerry, and that's what I was thinking about.
Oh, that was for Dan.
Doing this for you.
Really?
It was for Dan.
Really?
It's such a predator. It's like in a movie when someone sees an opportunity.
It is the sound of the devil desiring.
Really?
I'll trade my soul for something.
It's Al Pacino in Devil's Advocate. That's exactly what it is.
Yes.
Really?
Really?
It is greed manifested and having a voice.
Really?
That's David Sampson, what happens in his mind when he sees an opportunity.
Yes.
That's his.
Really?
Bob Ross is looking for representation.
Really?
Oh, my God. I was thinking about giving him a fake Aaron Rodgers number in exchange for the real Jerry.
Oh, no.
Has it occurred to you that Aaron did that to you?
Listen, I've never really tried it, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah.
It's beyond bedroom talk. It's a demon craving.
Honey, it's Sunday night.
Really?
Someone has Seinfeld's number.
Your voice has so much life in it, though. It's not like the coffee phlegm version that we get. It's
Really?
clean. It's young. It's hungry.
Really?
A great radio voice before it got poisoned.
Really?
I mean, they got booming mics, 50,000 watts of pure power in New York City.
Reinvigorated. He went into
Really?
New York. Yeah, he had sex with New York microphones.
Really?
I could hop up with Seinfeld.
Really?
I mean, can we hear his voice before that? Because I just want to be involved.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, I want the whole thing because the first time I heard the shift in the voice was the best part.
Okay, that's excellent. Thank you, because that's so right what he just said.
Your most famous number?
Aaron Rodgers?
All right. Yeah. I can't touch that.
There's probably a few others. I mean,
I cannot touch that.
and he hasn't told me to lose his number.
Al might have you beat.
Really?
It's got Jerry Seinfeld, right?
Yeah.
Really? 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 Really?
It's the most honest moment he's ever had.
You're right.
Really?
For those of you who do not know, because I've been married to this creature almost 20 years, and relationships in this business usually don't last that long without getting busted up. I was legitimately proud of Stugotz last week, not just because he went up to WFAN and dominated New York sports radio, like made an impact upon a rival, but also because he could go in carelessly because he's conquered the medium enough that WFAN is doing Stugotz no favors by having him in. Stugotz is doing WFAN a favor by strolling by as someone who made in Miami something that used to be in New York, and he could go in totally confidently with, I made it in this game, I've done all your jobs.
I was thrilled to be there. I was, and it was a great opportunity. But had I gone in there, and I think I said this on the air like 10 years ago, I would have been nervous. I would have treated it like an audition. I would not have been myself. I would have been trying to impress everyone with my Yankee knowledge and my Mets knowledge. And here I am at 51. And if they ever invite me back again, I hope they do, that'd be great. But if they don't, I'm fine with that as well. And that's the way I kind of treated it.
If they don't, he has conquered the medium. That's a dying sports medium. This is not. And he has done so much that he has thousands of dollars in the corners of his electronic accounts that he doesn't know how to get to because ignorance is bliss. And the people in FAN, Wall Street has really devoured everything. Journalism, entertainment, everything. It's awful if you're paying attention to what's happening in Wall Street. They just have devoured everything. Stugotz has conquered Wall Street. He goes to WFAN and he just brags about, yes, I've got tens of thousands of dollars in my seat cushions.
I am in charge, so I'm going with a bunch of friends, and I'm in charge of getting the 4 tickets for every show. I don't know why I'm in charge. I should not be in charge of anything.
All people, yeah, right.
Exactly right. And so it's pricey. And my wife starts to notice all the money that's being zapped out of our checking account because that's what my wife notices. She doesn't notice anything else other than our balance.
Right.
Okay?
Your interest.
You don't care about me.
You're right. Anything? No, it's just the money.
Yes, just the money. So I said, hey, don't worry about it. I know it's expensive. Everyone has sent me Venmos, so the money should be back into the account. She goes, we haven't received a Venmo from any of your friends during this entire time that you've been purchasing den tickets. And I said, well, what are you talking about? I get an alert that they have Venmoed me all the time. So she said, let me look at your phone. I had no idea. I thought that when someone Venmos you money, it goes straight to your bank account.
Nope.
I had no idea there was a Venmo bank, that there was another step that you had to do once it reached the Venmo app. And that step is taking it from the app to the checking accounts. So we were out like $20,000. I'm not joking.
And it was in Venmo?
It was in Venmo.
Oh, my God.
For months. So then I started scrolling back and realized I've never transferred a Venmo from Venmo to my checking account.
In your entire time that you've had Venmo?
We had more money in my Venmo account than we did in my checking account.
How?
I don't know.
Stugotz. I mean, you just have that much money, huh?
Well, no, I was buying tickets, as I said, for all the Dead shows. 4 tickets every show. I went to, you guys know how many shows I went to, all of them. And that was very pricey. I did not realize when people Venmo me back, there was another step. And to be honest, that's on Venmo. I mean, Venmo, it has to go straight to my bank account. I should not have to hit another button, okay, once someone sends me a Venmo. I shouldn't have to do anything. And it was just sitting there. It was like finding money in your jeans. It was incredible.
I agree with you, Stu. You're right. There's no, like, they don't remind you, hey, why did you get your money out? They're running a scam over there. I like it. Why don't we figure out how we can do that?
Yes, Stugotz, this is actually a great analogy. This is the modern day version of finding money in your jeans. And you just found 20 grand.
In paybacks, though.
I mean, Jesus. That is insane.
Billy, I keep looking at Billy. Billy finds none of this funny.
No, I'm getting sick of him, if I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah.
Oh, no, a mutiny inside the building.
It's been too long.
That's
yeah.
all right.
Okay, well, let's...
Football season's getting started. I'm getting myself prepared. It's a whole thing.
All right, well, Billy...
He has every right to be sick of me. I mean...
Let's talk about this, Billy.
Yeah.
Because I saw that in the middle of all that laughter, you're like, really, Stugotz? $20,000.
That's a lot of
in
money,
your
man.
cushions?
$20,000, and I think
Billy,
back,
you're
I'm like, what did
acting
he
like
do?
it's $20,000. Like I laid out $20,000 for my friends to go to Dead shows.
That's
$200 a ticket, 4 tickets a show, $800, $600 back to me.
It's not about the amount in the Venmo account. It's
Right.
it's you had so much in the checking account that you don't notice
Yeah, I can't
when the
imagine
20
just
grand
losing
is
$20,000.
missing. You're just like, I assumed it's in there. The number's big enough.
I just assumed his wife handled all of that because she's afraid of him stealing it all and putting in Cayman Island account.
Shh. Can't steal my own money. I mean, it's mine.
I'm assuming that Stugotz pays no attention to what's happening in the checking account at all because Abby knows both the electronics and that Stugotz can't be trusted with money. So she has to keep an eye on every dollar, I would assume.
Yeah.
But Billy, what I saw there was a whole lot of people laughing because he's the clown prince of crowning WFAN. You don't seem happy for him as someone who's been an integral part of developing
Major parts.
the character that stands before you today, who, without Billy's help in the background, pulling the puppet strings,
Wouldn't have $20,000 to forget about.
wouldn't sound like he sounded on FAN, where he is free and easy going up there with total confidence and just maximum being himself because, as Lucy and Charlotte learned, it's not a character.
The bit that I loved the most was the what he looks like bit.
Yeah.
So if people aren't familiar with that, it was just you'd look at an athlete and then you would say what he looked like. So, for example, well, I don't want to give away the one that I was. Do you have like a favorite one off the top of your head?
I don't, to be honest with you. We do it with Tim Kirchin because he loves the game so much. And we've had so many great ones over the years, so many that I can't remember a single one right now.
Right,
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
That's on Giannotti. I mean, he's got to give me a heads up. That's the topic he's going to. I know I've hosted this show for 15 years, but that was the final hour, second day. I was exhausted. I was hungover. I was out the entire night the night before.
Just expert filling here by
Yeah.
Stugotz. He's got nothing. Oh, it's my favorite.
But that's what it sounds when Billy's not around.
Well,
That's-
no, it's Stugotz's defense, though. If you're going to ask him a question, have a follow-up. You know what I mean? Like, look. It was basically a 2-day interview of Stugotz. You know what I mean? So, like, Gio needs to have something to give him. Know who you're interviewing. You know what I mean?
I don't, to be honest with you.
We're back, Billy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Could you name a single looks like even here now? Like
I eventually got to Pete Carroll, tennis coach. I did that one. Maggie Gray sent in a bunch. She was listening to the show. She knew more than I did. She hosts with.
So you just had you
She's a
outsourced-
national host on CBS Sports Radio.
So you
She's
just
great.
outsourced
She's with
it?
McLovin, right?
Yeah, McLovin. I didn't ask her to text him in. She just happened to text him in.
She was producing you from afar.
No, she sent him to Gio.
You couldn't remember any of them? How do we do that for 15 years?
This is expert filling, though, here. Let's listen
No,
to
it's
this part
not
again.
expert filling.
It's just like
It's
Kirchin.
just-
We've
it's
done it
just-
for years.
It's just
Jazz
yammering.
hands.
It's so.
I don't, to be honest with you. We do it with Tim Kirchin because he
Right.
loves the game so much. And
Right.
we've had so many great ones over the years, so many that I can't remember a single one right now.
Right, I know.
Yes.
One of the reasons that I loved so much Stugotz
Terrible
arriving
job.
again, conquering king of New York, is how funny it is that he knows so little about everything and has listened so poorly around here that one of the most creative things we've ever done, he couldn't remember a single one. And even now, a weekend later, he said, yeah, Maggie Gray sent me a bunch because he just seems to always want producers trailing him to do his work for him so he doesn't have to do it because he's a very big star.
Really?
That's the most honest moment you heard anywhere in sports media in the last century. Right there.
Really?
Right there.
Really?
How do I get clicks? How do I get
Really?
ratings? No, not the.
Really?
Yes, that
Yeah.
one. Not the fake one.
Really?
Not the one. No, not the character's been doing it for 20 years and can pretend. Look, man.
Really?
No one's better at pretending he's interested in what the gas bag next to him is saying. Better than Stugotz.
Really?
He can fake it with the best of them. Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer.
Really?
That sounds interesting, right? He seems, yeah. No, this is interesting.
Really?
Yes.
That's really, really interesting.
Yes. And
That's
Bill,
the real stuff, the
Billy,
good stuff.
And you're done. And you're done with it, Billy. You're done.
You know.
Billy, I love you, man. That's not cool.
Yeah.
I do.
Why don't you let him have that $20,000 you didn't want?
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's where I draw the line.
No. Now you've gone too far. Making me care about others.
I'll care about you, but send you money?
Really?
It is unbelievable. What does corporate greed sound like?
Really? Really?
What is greed in general? Like demons who make fun of other demons for being greedy. No, Chris. No.
Really?
That is the expert filler Stugotz. There are different sounds here, Chris, okay? Play along with me, would you? It's a good tune. We could play it together. You ready? What do you have? What's in
Really?
your... Yes, okay. The fake really, the old...
Really?
No. Can you slow down, please? What is that? What is that?
That's me reacting to this.
Why has now Billy come over to try and help
He
you?
wants to create more chaos. He's not trying to help you.
I think Billy knows what you're looking for.
Is Billy trying to help or is he trying to make it worse? Billy,
I know what he's looking for.
He's just trying to bother you.
We're fighting for our lives over here, Dan.
Get off my plate.
That's what he
There
was
it
looking
is.
for.
Yeah.
Billy, you don't seem happy for Stugotz. You don't.
I do. I just also feel bad, you know?
For me?
Yeah, a little bit. Because I feel like you went up there, but it was, you know, one of those things where they're kind of laughing at you.
Really?
You know what I mean? But they don't want to let you know they're laughing at you.
Really?
Like, I feel bad.
I don't think you do.
A little bit.
So wait, but wouldn't it stand to reason in the media aging age that if Chris Russo is going to age into that Stugotz, we're laughing with Mad Dog too, aren't we? Isn't that why he's on television? Like that's how that aged. So why wouldn't Stugotz in his 50s as the same character be sort of that?
This has happened a few times recently with the article that was written. Billy doesn't feel like people. I think Billy does care about me. I
Been
think
proud of that article.
Right. I don't think Billy likes the way people are portraying me.
Yeah,
Really?
like a joke, kind
Right.
of. You know, like they were up there for 2 days, but like if there was an opening this week, would they call you? I don't know.
He's had all your jobs. We need to start a petition now. Our audience, we need to petition FAN to understand what they had in their offices last week, because I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand.
Really?